points.
Well, as most of you know by now, Friday is Mark's last day.
It is.
Here at News 3. And
News to me.
his retirement starts on Saturday.
And lucky for me, some new research shows that retiring early could actually lengthen your life.
Dr. Zorba Paster knows a thing or two about this. Hello,
That's
Zorba.
right. Good to be here.
You're
Good to see you.
partly retired now.
That's right. I have a hobby practice, but really, when I first started retiring, the real issue is time. Like all of a sudden, you have more time, and it takes a while to figure out exactly what you're doing. So I've got some medical suggestions, scientifically based.
Words of wisdom.
Well, yeah, words of some wisdom. That's what I don't believe with. Number one, physical health. You've got to take care of yourself physically. You know, in terms of exercise, getting out and doing things, very, very important.
That's at the top of my list, to go to the gym more.
That's number one. Number two is mental health. What are you going to do in terms of, look at all the stuff that you do every day with reading, deciding what's going to be on the show. So you've got to keep your mind active in some way, because all of a sudden you've got extra space there. And then the next thing is, what are you going to do sort of spiritually? Things that you want to do that nourish your heart and your soul. I think that's an important thing. There may be things that you haven't thought about. So I got a whiteboard when I was at home, and I put on a whiteboard what I wanted to do to try to figure out exactly a way to sort of order it. And then the final thing is, you've got more space. What are you going to do with your space and your time? You know, it makes a difference.
And it's a road unexplored at this point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And what are you going to do? I said, well, I don't know. I think something will find me.
Yeah, 100%. The other thing is, don't commit yourself to too much. That was advice somebody gave me. They said, don't commit to too much. Space will fill out. You'll find things that you want to do. Give it space and be comfortable in the fact that you have blank space. And things do fill up in what you want to do, because there are things that you've never thought about that may come to the forefront.
And give it time. You don't have to have all the answers on Saturday.
You know, I got to get the car washed. Well, that takes care of that's Tuesday for me.
But it is interesting, because there is a lot of research that shows if you retire a little earlier,
that you actually
extends
live longer.
your life.
Totally, 100%. Because, you know, you've got the strength and the agility to do things. There are things that you want to do that you can do now. And 5 and 10 years down the line, you may not be able to do it. And then it's the reduction of regret. Why didn't I do this when I could have done it? And now that you're retiring, there are things you can do that are good.
You can take back-to-back cruises.
I was just going to say that. That's actually what I was going to say. Besides cruising all year round, you could be on those year-round cruises and blow everything you have in your retirement account.
It's cheaper than a nursing home.
To be on a cruise?
Because your food's paid for, your lodging's paid for.
Interesting. Now,
that's wonderful.
Don't get sick.
Yeah.
Zorba, you and Mark have traveled a really long road together. We actually have some video that shows this. Let's take a look. Here you are. On live.
Oh my goodness.
Look at you, Tiger Meat.
Look at my, wow.
And you were actually my personal doctor.
Right.
Way back when.
That's right.
The company changed insurance plans and I had to move along.
That's right. Yeah. So I know you on a personal basis. That's right, exactly.
Have you always had a mustache, Zorba?
I've had a mustache since I was born. I was born with a mustache. That's right. My mother came out. She said, look at this. He must be a boy. He's got a mustache.
So it helps you to still have your foot wet a little bit in?
Yes, I want to continue to do things that I find are value and of value to society. So you want to think about things. You want to think about where your skill set is, and you want to apply it to other things, because I think that gives you a meaningful life. It's not just through work and friends, which you have a lot here, but you've given a lot of meaning to the people of Wisconsin from the work that you've done journalistically, and you want to continue that in some way, because that's your skill set, and you're really, really, really good at it.
Well, thank you. Such kind words. You know, when I was growing up, 65, everybody retired at 65. Well, I'm going to be 68, so I consider it old.
Right. Yeah, but it's not old.
We're talking about retiring early.
Yeah. It's not old. Remember, it was 65. We have gained 10 years of life since you were a kid. I mean, that's basically it. So 68 is not old. People live much, much longer. And you're a young 68, really. You're a young 68. So you got to keep on trucking.
Thank you, my friend.
Just do things.
Thank you.
It's hard to believe this is going to be your last broadcast together.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you were able to be here today.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Zorba, thank you.
Thanks.